kid. I'm sure that's what was said, or child, but them words was used. So what I wanted to pick up on that and say was, you know how the people as well who is calling in all of them little groups, it is on all the tea. This was this morning. Can anybody tag me in the video? Because I want to let you listen how vile it was. Because it was vile on every level. But my point tagged. It is on Observer. Will somebody tag me? Is this it?
You lad, and it'll come knocking. It'll fucking come knocking. I'll tell you when it will come knocking. That is when fucking your taxes due, love. That's it. Because then you'll see and you'll notice a change. But we know that you're not having it paid into your bank, don't we? But I'm wondering who you verified it with, because you've got to be over 18 anyway. So who's verified your account, Pippi? Because let them know that they'll be getting a tax return as well. A tax bill, sorry. Sitting there wanting something for nothing all the time. What fucking man, you say you're a man, a fucking full-grown man, M-A-N, you're this, you're that, you're the other. What the fuck? Who the fuck sits there on the internet going, I can't afford Christmas, I can't afford Christmas. You managed to afford fucking Chineses, you managed to afford fucking going out, you managed to fucking try and woo Clara Bell, didn't you? Oh, but you can't pay for Christmas. You've got nothing and no one. You've got no self-respect. You've got no decorum. You've got no fucking money. You're a lazy-ass bum. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And again, you've instilled absolutely no morals onto your racist child. None whatsoever, because all it's going to be is Pippi McPippins. It'll be a long line of fucking benefit scroungers. But rest assured, when you go, Pippi, we'll probably get the pothole sorted. It road you fucking drain on society, you fucking bumper Clark. Yes, managing to give £50 in box battles. Yeah, but then hinting for an Xbox, hinting for a microphone. What self-respecting, not even man. I'm not even saying men at this point. Let's just say a self-respecting person. What self-respecting person would do that? Like, I know they say it takes a village to raise a child, but it don't take the full fucking side of drama talk for fund your fucking lifestyle, love. Oh, no. But just remember how frivolous he's been with his money, because he'll have a big shock when his taxes due. Thanks, it's me. And especially if he's got fucking super fans, because he'll have had to link them up. And if he's doing that, and he's not registered to his name, then, well, he's committing fraud, isn't it? Yeah, managed to lend. Oh, yeah, so this as well. This were months ago when he managed to lend Claire
before this. It's the part before this.
But yeah, coming on here, do you know?
Listen, he just rhymes on here. It was the part before this video where he really went in exactly my look. But listen, you've got the gist of what went on. Why? You know I don't like playing down on here, right? Sweet jar, but I know there's two I've seen, but there's a part. Listen. Whatever said, my point I'm getting across. So Chippy, a certain person who I don't speak about, plus others, let's be real, in that certain little group, turned around and said that we were in Dan's ear, we egged him on to do them things, we got in his head and made him say them things, we were leading him to do all of these vile, disgusting, horrible things. The video, if there's a video, because his live was absolutely, where there? It was absolutely vile this morning. So I'm going to say, who's making him do this? Who's in his ear now? Who's leading him to water but can't make him drink now? Who's doing all of this? We ain't there. But none of us is there. We all walked away. Who is making him do this? So come on, you can't go on for like you've done for the last month and say, yes, it came out of his mouth, but they were making him do this. Who's made him do this when none of us is anywhere near? Are you going to have the same energy for that? That's all that I'm saying. Because to me, everything was vile and disgusting. Do you know what I'm saying? Not what is the things he's saying about man to man, bringing the child into it. I'm sorry, no, not the exact way you heard it this morning because it was pure vengeance and it wasn't nice to listen to. Sorry. Go at Pippi by all means. Don't go that far. I got dragged for saying, look closer to... He was going on about me, calling me about let's not go into the racism. I said, you'll know all about racism, look closer to home. I didn't mention anybody. I got ripped for that. He's actually come out and mentioned a family member. Let's see if Pippi goes at him over that. Because he said if anybody mentions his child, he's going to go to the... Sally, big up my Sally. I love you, my Sally. Thank you, me baby. Thank you. Let's see if he turns up to Dan's door. Like he said, if anybody mentions his child again, he's going there. And I don't agree with what he said about Chippy's child. I don't. And it was vile. It was crude. It was disgusting on every level. I love you too, my Sally. So let's see where the big outrage is for another child getting dug at. And it's not right. But again, remember, none of us are by his side. So who's making him do these things now? That's what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm taking that off because it is vile and vulgar. Oh, is this another one?
Top 100 fucking lifestyle, love. Oh, no.
I want you to listen
But
how
just
vile he
remember
was.
how frivolous he's been with his money because he'll have a big shock when his tax is due. Thanks, it's
No,
me.
this is the same one.
And especially...
No, it's the same one. I've got that. There was a part right at the beginning of the live. There was a part and it was vile. And it's... Anyways, do you know something? Don't tag us in it because he's very, very hateful in it. And he is dragging Chippy's little boy in this and it's not good. Listen, as much as I can't stand Chippy and I really can't stand him, he come in last night and got blocked. But that wasn't called for this morning. Not at all. So let's go back on to... so wait a minute. So we're seeing the thing. I don't want to see that now. Let me just
Top 100
unfavourite
fucking
that.
lifestyle, love. Oh, no. Don't worry. Top 5.
Where's I'm ready for the ricochet coming. So, Pearl's ready for war. You don't interest me in the slightest. I am protected at all fucking costs, right? Nobody wants to smooth anything over with you, so piss off. I'm protected. Oh, that was Alex Spriggan. Yes. Where's I'm ready for the ricochet coming. Because Alex felt the need, should he smooth things over. Protected at all fucking costs, right? Nobody... What is this?
No, you wanted me. What do you want?
No, you
It's
requested
in
me.
that.
Yeah. And I'll
You
touch
wanted
right.
me.
You milked it.
You wanted me.
You milked it. Don't be a pussy.
100% I milked
And the
it.
difference is
100%
between
I
me and
milked
Dan.
it. Like you're milking it now. You're simping over a man. You're simping over a man. You're milking him. You're milking him. You're milking him.
You sitting on
You're
his lawn
milking
and
him.
earn money off him.
What?
Don't see me sat
I don't need to earn money on this app.
Yes, you
Again,
do.
dickhead. Again.
You join him and earn money off him. So you're the
Again.
simple.
Perfect. I do not need to earn money on this
You're
app
the
to
only
provide
one
for
that
my
earns.
fucking kids
I
or my
do, I like
family.
both of them.
There's a difference. You're not in Alex's room now. Oh, she's gone. Don't call me that I'm milking it when you're milking it. Oh, thanks for the rose. I'll put it towards what can I put it towards? I don't know. Oh, she was back in.
Oh, was it this
Oh, she
afternoon?
was back in.
Hi, everyone.
You did milk it.
No, I didn't. I felt like
Shall
that.
I tell you why you milked it? Shall I tell
Oh,
you what? I'll caught
sorry.
you out. I'll caught you out.
Where's I'm ready for the
Oh.
ricochet.
Because you started chatting.
What am I playing here? I've gone back over fucking clips. Also, I've gone the opposite way to the list. That's why. So. What is this here?
Anyone with
Oh.
half a blink can see.
Right. So, a bit since when people was going in at Dan, the way my MT come across, what he was trying to say, and listen, I don't care if anybody shares the live to MT and come and explain himself, because I'm just trying to put it in the best way I can, but I'm not the best person to say it. He was saying how Dan had gone for the kids again, which I've just said is wrong. If people come for his traumas and in his life, what MT was saying for, go for what is their Achilles heel. Is that the right word? Go for that. And now everyone come about. Anyway, let my MT explain, and if he wants to come in, he can.
Well, you're not stupid, are you?
But he did not
You're not
say
stupid now. You
about
could,
anything.
if you were clever enough, and there's people who will be able to do this, but if you're clever enough, you can predict what's about to play out. So you already know what people's next moves are. Do you know what I mean? And people who tell me that they don't discuss things with friends, bullshit.
Love our MT
So let me
around
tell you
these
what I
ways.
think that happened, right? I think that Alex's cryptic clue was cockapoo. You know, when he was going to drop the grenade at the same time as the blaster, I think it was cockapoo. I think that he knew what the blaster was going to do, and he decided he wanted to do the same, and he was going to rally the troops. But because she didn't do it, he didn't do it. So then he needed something else to get himself out of. And basically, all these arguments between Alex and Levi over the Sophie situation was just a small dynamite that was going to blow up and turn into something that it wasn't. Because let's not forget, everyone supposedly, well, not everyone, people already knew that these messages existed. So if they already knew that these messages existed, then everyone's had time to plan what it is that they were going to do, haven't they? Thank you for the heart, me. So I'm not asked. You can sugarcoat it whatever way you want to sugarcoat it, but that's the way I see it. And I'm not the person responsible for it. And my language in lives is my language. It's my personal opinion. No one else is responsible for it. But it's not the same as this situation. So don't fucking dare try and reference it as the same as this situation, because it's not. Thank you for the heart, me. Has anyone here now ever heard me drag a kid on live?
Never.
Ever heard me badmouth a child on live? No. Ever heard me say anything derogatory towards anyone? A child on live? No, you haven't. You haven't at all. Not in any live that I've ever been in, whether I've been under the influence of alcohol, whether I've been under the influence of the marijuana, whether I've been under the influence of the fucking cocaine at New Year's Eve. You've never heard me be derogatory towards anyone's child. So don't fucking dare try and use me as an excuse.
is a pure gentleman.
Bullshit, mate. I mean, 10 out of 10 for trying to be a deflector, but it didn't work. It didn't work at all, because people see right through your bullshit now. It's the same spiel, same story, day in, day out. It's always someone else's fault. It's never your fault, though, is it? So, until your morals are in check, don't fucking try and check me.
Well said,
Otherwise,
my
I'll fucking check
MT.
you. Like that firework there. Oh, God, who said that? Chippy Mac fucking Pippy Mac Chips, whatever you want to call them, the top fucking flasher.
Oh.
I heard you had to go and see his dad to get
there,
permission to do stuff. I'm shocked to the core that this even exists in this modern day. Thank you for the heart, mate. I am absolutely shocked. And I'm gobsmacked that out of everything that these people could possibly argue about, that they were delighted enough to try and use me as part of an excuse. You fucking thick twats. As if I would not fire a live up and defend myself. Do you know what I mean? Thank you.
Is this repeated?
So when you see them tomorrow chatting shit, because they will, thank you for the heart, because that's what they do. When you see them tomorrow chatting shit, and you'll hear them saying in live...
Wait there. Hopefully Frankie sees that Pearl is the one that slates AB for his reactions a week of talking, because he's a big Kent, he's a big gaslighter, he's a big narcissist, and he's a big liar, and he puts people in predicaments, makes them think things that they're going fucking mad when they're not. So yes, go back and tell who you want, precious 30-fucking-6. That, I all the above, I think about Alex Brigham. And go and tell your dad to stop knocking on my door, wanting to knock my box off. Tell him to stay interested in your fucking mother. Mute and out. Now piss off. Sorry.
So your
Is this
mate basically
repeating?
said that it was okay to drag kids. Give them the context. Tell them to give you the whole story, not just the fucking snippet. Because that's what happens. You get a snippet of a story, no one gives you the full context, and you'll say whatever you want to say. But don't fucking dare at me in fucking comments and chats and basically say to me,
hell, man.
well, this is because you said you could do it. No, I did not. Fuck off, you gobshites. Tell me where I said that. I want to see. Ain't no one bad-mouthing me, no, they're not. Thank you for the heart, mate. Do you know why? Right, the fucking Welsh version of Tracy Turnblad. We all know who I'm on about. I said the most horrific stuff, and then laughs it off with his community, and they bat it off like an eyelid, and he disappears. And I actually forgot he was on here if I'm being completely honest with you, because I'm blocked out of his room, and I actually forgot he was on here because he hadn't been spoken about for
Sorry,
a
I
couple of
can't
days.
help it with the
So
comments.
I thought he genuinely like fucked off and fell off. But then obviously he's made a reappearance again and all this drama. So he's a gobshite. Alex is a gobshite because all he does is just leave cryptic clues for everyone, but he's done it for months. I told you 8 months ago. Told you all about it. Told you months ago. Plenty of people have already told you. But yeah, people will still say that you're lying when you're going into chats and that. Do you know what I mean? Oh, shut up, you've got it wrong.
You're
You don't know him.
brainwashed when
Listen,
people jump
I
over
know
you.
that man's fucking move. I've known him for months. Months and months and months and months. Don't forget, I've chilled in the same circles as him. I know his A game. I know exactly what works for him, exactly what doesn't. The same as I do with most of my mates. I can tell you all their A game, what works for them, what doesn't work for them, what's a weakness and what's not a weakness. Do you get what I mean? So I understand these situations, not just like you as a normal viewer who's sat at home, who just wants to have your 50 pence worth. I get it. Obviously, I like doing that when I'm in chats. But they're all gobshites.
She has, and
All they're
I
basically doing
apologise
is
that I
playing you
didn't
like a
see it
fiddle
sooner.
and then deflecting into other situations to try and spin it away from them and making you look like a bad person. And then you're going for all these other people because they're putting you on all these other people when you need to focus on the people involved. I'm confused. And this is what I want to know.
Book.
And this is what I want to know. Has existed. Okay? Because however he knew their messages existed, they're the person who caused the problem. They're the person who caused the problem. No one else. They're the person who caused the problem. However he knew their messages existed, if he didn't know, none of this situation would have happened. Because as soon as he knew, he weaponised it.
1,000,000%.
And look what's happened now. And it would
She
never
was
have come to
right.
TikTok if he didn't know. If he was none of the wiser, it would have stayed private. No one else would have knew.
Agreed.
But no, someone told him. And out of all the people you could have told, right, think about it. Logically, your mate tells you something, you discuss it with someone else, do you know? I'm not asking what anyone says. If you've got a best mate,
do.
and you talk to them about everything, and you give them shit all the time, you have conversations with each other, you're sharing information with that person. I'm not asked what you say. But unfortunately, because Alex's circle's close, Alex's circle's small, Corey Wilde is the person who he's sharing this information with. And we all know what Corey Wilde's like.
Agreed.
Can't hold his own fucking piss. You can't tell him nothing. You ever tell him something, it's going in the fucking news of the world.
Tell
Or
him
whatever
nothing.
that paper's called. You know what I mean? It's factual information. So why would you even tell people stuff? It's weird. Doesn't make sense. None of it. It's all too fishy. It stinks. I don't like it. I really don't. And if that's an assassination attempt, can you please take me next week because it's payday soon. And I didn't work all month for wages that I'm not going to get. Okay? And I also want to go and see the Michael Jackson movie on Friday, so go and fuck yourself.
Hi, Janen's going to
So
see it
yeah,
this weekend.
all I was coming on to do was to rant and basically say, Chippy, if you want a conversation with me, be a man and approach me and have a conversation with me instead of slagging me off everywhere and being a shitbag. Okay? Easily done. All
he's
you have to
not
do is
man.
drop me a message and say, can I speak to you a sec? And I'll say, yeah, what do you want? And then you'll turn around and say, I'm going to tell everyone that the reason that this situation's happened is because you said this. And I'll say, no, that situation happened because you decided you wanted to try and use someone's trauma against them, so we used your weakness against you, and it worked, didn't it? Because you shut up. Merry Christmas. Thank you. It is World War IV. Absolutely. Feel like the Koreans are in my back garden. Can I message you? I've got IBS.
You don't mind
So you
saying
can't
so.
message nothing.
Thank you, baby.
So yeah, don't let these people pull the fucking wool over your eyes. You're not stupid. If you're clever, you can wargame everything. Everything on TikTok is everything that you've already seen before, just in a completely different format. People know what works for them. People know what arguments they can have. People know what the communities hold back. People know what stories they can use to work. The fuck's going on? I'm trying to have a conversation and all I can hear is beep, 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 beep. Can you hear it? Oh, it's an alarm, I think. There you go, it's stopped. Thank you. Thank you very much. There you go. That's better. So, oh my God. It's rude though. I can't hear myself think. Thank you for the populars. So yeah, there you go. That's the truth. And that's all you need to know anyway. And that's all I really need to explain. And I shouldn't even have to explain myself. Go and say whatever you want in lives, okay? Go and have whatever chat you want to have. But make sure that you stand on business and you're responsible for what it is that you say. Because if you're not, then don't say it. Thank you for the heart, Mies. And it's not anyone else's fault. Your own words are your own words. Your own actions are your own actions. It's not the responsibility of anyone else, okay? Don't make excuses for people and don't make justifications for people's behaviour, okay? People behave the way that they behave because they're absolute cunts. There's no two ways about
Hey,
it.
my Mrs. Doubtfire.
We're all
Thank
brought
you,
up
me
the exact
baby.
same,
Mwah.
okay? You all understand what's
Oh,
right.
he's
You
my
all
MT,
understand
isn't
what's
he?
wrong.
So, MT, listen, I've tried to say it the best way that I can because I've never, ever, ever heard you bring a child up, no, nothing. And I was trying to explain the way you meant it when you were saying when people come for your traumas, go for their Achilles heel or something. It was something like that. And the only thing that ever got to them was like what was said this morning. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just hope I'm explaining it properly, my MT, but you're more than welcome to get up in the box and come and, if you want to say anything, you don't have to, but I'm saying you're more than welcome to get up. But I'm just trying to say I have never, ever, and all the time, I've ever known, big up my Mrs. Doubtfire, thank you, me baby. I have never, ever, ever heard you mouth a child, mention a fucking child, come to that, or anything down them lines. So they took that totally the wrong way to how you meant it.
And that is completely correct. And hello, everyone. And I can't stay long because I'm going to watch Michael Jackson tonight instead.
My
but
Jane Ann's off there at the weekend. She's going with my daughter-in-law and the kids, and they can't wait to see it. They said the reviews about it's been really, really good.
And I love his music anyway, so I'm excited to go
But
and
did
see
I
it.
get that basically right in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, we were all friends with Dan at the time, everyone,
Yeah.
yourself included, many people. And Chippy was using Dan's trauma against him.
Yeah.
And Chippy's child obviously came on, did whatever he did on the app, and
Yeah.
Dan called out his behaviour. And everyone focused on Dan calling out Chippy's child's behaviour, but no one backed Dan for obviously Chippy dragging his trauma. So
Yeah.
what I said to Dan was, basically, if you need to use someone's weakness against them, then you use that weakness against them. It doesn't matter what it is. You're not going to sit there and not say nothing. Do you know what I mean? And back yourself and cry. But basically what's happened is Chippy's misinterpreted that, gone round and told the app a completely different story.
Yeah.
And it's basically condoning Sophie Bailey's behaviour and saying, well, your mate MT said it. But realistically, what we have to understand with digital footprint, Pearl, is I understand that Chippy's come to the app and told people to unalive themselves.
Yes.
And me basically saying, you know, discuss someone's behaviour and someone unaliving themselves are two completely different concepts, and I think that's much worse. So we should be standing here calling Chippy and everyone else out because their models are 10 times worse than anyone else's, not mine. I just stand here and talk facts that people don't want to talk about, but unfortunately some people have to have them conversations, and I'm willing to help them.
Exactly. Finally, somebody said it the way it's meant to be said, and not the whole app just hearing what my MT said and said, "Oh my God, he's going for kids. He's going for kids." It wasn't like that
I
at all.
didn't, Pearl. I have
I know
never
you didn't.
ever on this app, and I've been on this app for a long time. I've
Yeah.
sat in many, many different creators' lives. I've built platforms for about 3 years, and I have never ever in a live gone for a child.
I know
I've
you're
never
not. You
been
haven't.
derogatory towards a child. I've never said anything in the context towards a child. I've never done half of the shit that half of the people on this app have done, but they have the audacity to try and use me as an example, and shame on them, and shame on the FYP pages as well, who were clipping the edits and the images and trying to put videos together to spin a narrative. You should do better. Honestly, you should spend your time highlighting the behaviour of the people on here who are actual idiots.
Exactly,
Alex
my
did.
MT. Big up to you. See,
Exactly.
this is why I
Okay.
love you.
I love you too, but I'm going to watch Michael Jackson, okay? And I'll
So
tell you all
anyway,
about
Luke's
it
asking
later
you
on.
something. So is Chippy just
Is Chippy what?
flying where?
Is Chippy what?
Luke, get in the box. I don't know what he's asking. He's asking, is he flying somewhere?
I don't know.
What the?
I don't know. But you know what?
Lucas,
as well,
get in the
Pearl?
box.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
You know all the behaviour that we're seeing now from these so-called men on these lives and all these stories that we're hearing about and all these people who can't hold their own piss and that. All these
Yeah.
people who are sitting in their lives and backing it. Where's your morals? And you've got the audacity to
Yeah.
question us and ask us about our stance and what we think on situations and that.
Agreed.
And I do say me because I get asked all the time. I can't go into a live without someone at me in comments or giving me shit. So where's your morals? Because all these stories that I'm hearing don't sit right with me. Do you know what I mean? And ultimately, we have to believe the victim. That's what we have to do in society. We believe the victim. The person who comes to the app and says that something's happened to them, we believe them. And that's what we're supposed to do, is believe the victim. So all these victims who are coming to the app and telling you that stuff's happened, why are you sitting there and backing it?
1,000,000%, and I back you on that too.
True. Facts.
Luke,
Hello, Lou.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
you're fucking shouting. Yes.
What I don't understand is MT said that Chippy was justifying SB's behaviour. Could you tell me a bit more about that, please?
Yeah, so in a live, he was arguing, when he was having an argument with you, he basically turned around and said, MT said that it was alright to drag kids and look, and the argument that he was having was in relation to Sophie Bailey's behaviour. So that was the example that it's highlighted. That's what I'd seen and was pissed off and what I wasn't happy with. But I've also, for the past, 24 hours gone into different lives and seen him in lives dragging me left, right and centre, saying the exact same thing, replaying videos, and that's what they're doing. They're sitting there and playing the video over and over again and saying, look, this is what he said to, and everyone's going, oh yeah, terrible that, so he's just as bad. No, I'm not. It's not remotely the same. You can't identify it as being the exact same thing. I'm more than likely gonna identify Chippy's behaviour as being similar, and the exact same thing. Telling someone to unalive themselves is probably the same thing as saying that someone wants to stab someone, innit?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He said the worst of the worst on here and being one of the biggest bullies on this
They're all
app.
fucking hypocrites, a lot of them. But their shit stinks just as much as everyone else, and they've got a digital footprint just as much as we
Exactly.
have. But you shouldn't give them airtime because that's what they want. They just want to drain the app. That's what they're ultimately here to do, is to drain it. Get as much money as possible, as much views, as much attention, cause as much shit as possible, and then fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no justifying what that woman said. So using another thing against another person and trying to justify it. But he's a shithead anyway. He's a
He is.
shithouse that stands for nothing. He doesn't stand for nothing. And it took me a long time to realise that, MT. I've always had that man's back. But he's a shithouse, and that's all he is.
And let's be honest, us 3 years sitting here now, we've known Alex and Corey for a long, long time, but we've known them off the app as well as on the app, so we know what their behaviour's like. So when people are sitting here and seeing stuff and we're saying that stuff's happening, they probably don't believe it. But don't forget, we know these people, so we know their behaviour, we know their moves, we know what they do. So I also agree. I think the situation's set up with Steph and that. I really, really genuinely do. I don't understand it. Why would you come to an app and discuss something and ask people not to discuss it but make a video
This
on it
was my
to
whole
get everyone
point.
talking? Because then basically what everyone does is the exact same thing as what they done when Alex come to the app and said he was getting arrested. They spoke on it. And then
Exactly.
what's the reason for it? So 2 people have came to the app to talk about a story that we're not supposed to talk about. It's weird. It's fucked.
1,000,000%.
Absolutely
1,000,000%.
fucked. And you've got Blabbermouth Corey, who's probably going to come out with the next fucking script that he's had in his ass back for 6 months soon.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter what you tell Corey, it will come to the app.
And people say that we're the manipulators, the people behind the scenes who write scripts and do all these terrible things. All I'm basically
1,000,000%.
seeing is the other fucking side. Having bell end calls. But I'm going anyway, love you.
Well, listen,
Bye.
I love you too, me baby, and have a lovely night at the
And
pictures
you.
and enjoy your film, right? Big love,
I
my
will. See you
MT.
later.
Thank you for that. Bye.
See you later, everyone. Bye.
So there you go. You've heard it from the man himself. Leave my MT alone. He's never spoke on kids. He never has, and he's got a little bit about himself where he'd never go to them levels. So I'm glad that's cleared up. So we'll have no dissing of my MT in this live, please. Thank you very much. Anyways, what was we on about now? Oh, so now the whole thing that's come to the app that's not supposed to be spoke about, I'm going to play Where's Angie's Reaction. I fucking lost it again. Oh, yeah.
I don't believe he was.
So let me take it back to the start. So this is Angie reacting, because this is the clip that come to TikTok that nobody had to speak on. But why have they put a post out for nobody to speak on it? There's my Ange. Oh.
Hey, Pearl.
Hi, Babs.
I just wanted to quickly say just what MT was saying, and I do agree with him. You know, people about the limelight, and we just reacting to what he wants this reaction.
Exactly, I agree.
Wants more attention and all this. But one thing I don't agree, because he was saying that you've all known him a long time and things. I mean, I think the cult here have known Alex much longer than anybody on this app. Right?
1,000,000%. Listen. And that's why people are saying Angie's tried to tell you about these a lot longer.
That's
and
what I was going to say.
I did apologise. I said, but listen, we have to learn for our own self before you believe the thing's true, because no matter how much somebody's trying to steer you away from something, when you getting like, I'll say it, I'm going to say it, controlled, and you're brainwashed, you believe in he's my MT back.
I've got to say though, Pearl, I think, and I've got to be honest here, I think a lot of people did see it, but they chose to ignore it because you get that person on your side. They do help you with things. Not you personally. I'm just saying.
No, I get where you're coming from. Yeah,
I think people there was always red flags there, but people chose to ignore it. I don't think people were manipulated or brainwashed. I really don't. I think they saw it from the very beginning, but just chose to not.
See, I have to disagree, Angie, because he got me in a way where he made us believe. Sorry, the camera. He made us believe Donna didn't like us, MT didn't like us, Cockapoo didn't like us, Luke didn't like us, anybody that I was friends with didn't like us. Don't trust them.
Maybe not for you, Pearl. Yeah, maybe not for you, Pearl. But I'm just talking in general. That I just feel that people chose to ignore it because of their dislike for me.
Can I just say very quickly, because I'm going to watch a film, but you are completely right. You did know him before me because you're the reason that I met him. So fuck you, Angie. Thank you very much. Introducing me to him. She is the reason why I met him. I met him when I joined the cult because I used to be Angie's mod. And
she was the reason I met him.
So it's all her fault. That's exactly what it is.
It is.
You just set yourself up.
She's the reason I met him too.
She is. Oh no. She's the reason I met him. She's the reason I started talking to him, and then he fucked off to Donna, and then when I became mates with Donna, Alex was there. I had to speak to him there. He came back and forth to the cult while I was in the cult. It's all their fault.
I got really set up tonight just now.
You did, and you fetched him around our circle.
She did.
Well, yeah, where we all in. So it's. Can we have hashtag blame Angie in the chat, please?
You know, I've actually got emoji called on my what do they call them? The fan thing. The subscription. Yeah, blame Angie. Hashtag blame Angie.
Do you want to stay in the? Do you want to stay in the box?
I'm going to come out now. No, I'll just come out. I'll let you.
I've had another WhatsApp message. Max said it's your fault that she met him in yours too.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I wish I never got in the box now. All right, see you later, Purdy.
Okay, doke, Babs. See you. Bye. Bye. Right. Let me play the fucking video. So it's going to play. And I think, just like my MT said, just like Angie said, I'm agreeing. And I think it's one big fucking setup. Why this is playing, I am going to pop to the loo. And she's still there. I thought she was gone. Leave her in there. Or is she gone? I don't know. She's still there. Leave her in there. Anyways, I'm going to agree with her, but I am going to pop to the loo. And you can make your own mind up.
Mentioned he was arrested.
Sorry, I didn't have a lot to do with the Fishwives, like I say. And then I became friends with Alex. I mean, Irish Kelly I did, but apart from that, that was as much as I had to do, so I didn't really know a lot about the Fishwives. But anyway, he done it to them too.
Since then, I have seen comments